Good morning, everyone. So, can you hear me properly? Okay. So, in my previous classes, I was discussing the chapter photosynthesis in higher plants, and up to chemiosmosis I have completed. So, today I will start another topic, that is in the light reaction we have seen that ATP and NADPH are produced. Okay, you know the different steps of light reaction. I am repeating those. That first one is absorbance of sunlight, then with the help of that sunlight, photolysis of water, formation of some chemical intermediates like ATP and NADPH, and release of oxygen, like that. Okay, so in the light reaction we have seen how chemiosmosis, through chemiosmosis ATP has been produced and NADPH also produced. Now this ATP and NADPH, where it will be used, next we will look into that part. That means we will proceed to the dark reaction, or we can call it light independent reaction, or its alternative name is Kelvin cycle. Why Kelvin cycle? Because scientist Kelvin has been discovered this cycle. So in the light reaction we have seen ATP, NADPH and O2 is produced. From all these three, O2 has been diffuses of the chloroplast, and these can be found as a byproduct, and these ATP and NADPH are used in the process of which is leading to the synthesis of the food, or we can call it biosynthetic phase of photosynthesis. And this process, why it is called as light independent phase also? Because this process is not directly dependent on the presence or absence of the sunlight. Okay, but it is dependent on the products of the light reaction, that means which has been occurred with the help of the sunlight. Okay, now that means what are those products? ATP and NADPH, and besides carbon dioxide and water. Now this biosynthetic or biosynthesis process continues for some time, then stops. It will continue for some time, then it will stop, and if then light is made available, then the synthesis will start again, because ATP and NADPH is required. Now we have to know that what happens in this particular phase. Actually, the reduction of the carbon dioxide to carbohydrate is taking place in this particular biosynthetic phase. That means carbon dioxide will be combined with water to will produce sugar. What is the general formula of sugar? CH2O whole N. You have read that part in the biochemistry. The general formula of carbohydrate is CH2O whole N, and we can call it sugar. Now just after World War II, among the several efforts efforts to put radioisotopes to beneficial use, the work of Melvin Kelvin is exemplary. After the World War II, they have started to use radioisotope to identify different techniques, and the full name of the particular scientist is Melvin Kelvin. What is the full name? Melvin, Melvin Kelvin. Okay, scientist Melvin and Kelvin used radioactive 14C. And he has studied the algal photosynthesis. He has studied the algal photosynthesis, and which helped him to discover that first carbon dioxide fixation product was the 3-carbon organic acid. So carbon dioxide first will be fixed through a 3-carbon organic acid, and he also contributed to working out a complete biosynthetic pathway, and then that is why it is called as Kelvin cycle after him. And it is very important to know that what is the first product identified, that is the 3-phosphoglyceric acid, or we can call it PGA. It is a 3-carbon compound. 3-phosphoglyceric acid, or its alternative name is PGA. Short question may be asked from this part. Now, after that scientists also tried to know whether all plants are having this PGA, that means 3-phosphoglyceric, as the first product of carbon dioxide fixation, then or whether any other product can be formed in some plants. So with the help of wide experiment on the wide range of plants, they have found or they have discovered another group of plants, okay, where the first stable product of the carbon dioxide fixation is again a 3-carbon organic acid. Again it is a organic acid, but it is not a 3-carbon, it is a 4-carbon atom. It is having 4 carbon atoms in it, and this acid was identified to be oxaloacetic acid. So that one was the 3-carbon, and it is a 4-carbon compound. In short, we can write OAA. So scientists has found that in some plants the first compound is the 3-phosphoglyceric acid, or we can call it PGA, which is a 3-carbon compound, and when they have performed this experiment on wide range of plants, then they have found another compound which is 4-carbon compound, which is oxaloacetic acid, or its short form is OAA. Okay, and on the basis of that, plants can be divided into 2 types. What are they? C3 pathway and C4 pathway. Which one will be considered as C3 and which one will be considered as C4? So, the plants in which the first product of carbon dioxide fixation is a C3 acid, that is PGA. The plant in which first carbon dioxide fixation product is a C3 acid or PGA, it is called as C3 pathway. Okay, and those in which the first product was a C4 acid, those in which the first carbon dioxide fixation product was a C4 acid or oxaloacetic acid, this pathway will be considered as C4 pathway. Okay, so these 2 groups of plants showed other associated characteristics that I will discuss later. That means there are some differences between C3 and C4 plants. C4 plants are having some special anatomy, leaf anatomy, by which they are performing this Kelvin cycle. First, I will discuss about the C3 pathway, okay, or the Kelvin cycle. help of different studies, it is found that a compound which is a 5-carbon ketose sugar, which is called as ribulose bisphosphate, or we can call it RUBP, ribulose bisphosphate, RUBP. Okay, and it is the acceptor molecule. So first, scientists took long time and conducted many experiments to reach the conclusion, and they also believed that the first product was a 3-carbon compound, but the primary acceptor would be a 2-carbon compound. They spent many years to identify a 2-carbon compound before they discovered the 5-carbon compound, that is RUBP. Now, scientist Kelvin and his co-workers worked out the whole pathway, and they have shown the pathway operated in a cyclical manner. The pathway operated the cyclical manner, and this RUBP will be used from the beginning, and it will be regenerated through this cyclical manner. Okay, now where Kelvin cycle will occur? Kelvin cycle or Kelvin pathway occurs in the all photosynthetic plants. It doesn't matter whether they have C3 pathway or C4 pathway or any other pathway. Okay, so to understand this particular Kelvin cycle, we first have to know some steps are present in this particular Kelvin cycle. So what are these steps? These steps are the main steps of Kelvin cycle. So I am repeating that: carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. Carboxylation, reduction and regeneration. So as we can see that carboxylation I have written first, so this is the first step, this is the second step, and this is the third step. Now, what are the important factors of these stages? We have to know that carboxylation means fixation of carbon dioxide into a single organic intermediate. First, the fixation of the carbon dioxide will take place, and it is the most crucial step of the Kelvin cycle, where carbon dioxide is utilized for the carboxylation of RUBP. Carboxylation of carbon dioxide is utilized for carboxylation of RUBP, ribulose bisphosphate. And you know that for the reactions different enzymes are required. So for this particular reaction, enzyme is required which is called as RUBP carboxylase. RUBP carboxylase, which result in the formation of 2 molecules of 3-PGA. 2 molecules of 3-PGA. So I am repeating what will happen in the particular carboxylation, that fixation of the carbon dioxide into a stable intermediate will be formed, and it will be utilized for the carboxylation of RUBP with the help of an enzyme RUBP carboxylase, and this one will result in the formation of 2 molecules of 3-PGA. Okay, now here I have used name of an enzyme. Rubisco. Okay, so this is the very important enzyme, and this enzyme is the most abundant enzyme. And this enzyme is having both the activities like carboxylase and oxygenase. You can see that particular enzyme is having carboxylation activity as well as oxygenase activity. Okay, so it will be more correct if we write RUBP carboxylase oxygenase. RUBP, sorry, I am okay here. I have written it right. So RUBP carboxylase oxygenase, that is the full name of Rubisco. Okay, so that is the main step of carboxylation. Next step is reduction. So first two molecules of 3-PGA has been formed, and what will happen in the next reduction phase, that in this particular phase series of reaction will occur, and ultimately it will form that the reduction will take place, and it will form the glucose or carbohydrate. And in this particular stage, it is required that 2 molecules of ATP for phosphorylation. 2 molecules of ATP is required for phosphorylation, and 2 molecules of NADPH for reduction per carbon dioxide molecule fixed, and 2 molecules of NADPH is required for the reduction per molecules carbon dioxide is fixed. Okay, and the fixation of 6 molecules of carbon dioxide and 6 turns of the cycle are required for the removal of 1 molecule of glucose from the pathway. So by this pathway, glucose or carbohydrate will be formed. And the last step is regeneration. So regeneration of the CO2 acceptor molecule. Which one is the CO2 acceptor molecule? We have seen in the first step. Who has accepted CO2? RUBP. So the regeneration of the CO2 acceptor molecule or RUBP is very crucial if the cycle is needed to be continued in uninterrupted. And the regeneration steps require again 1 ATP for phosphorylation of RUBP. So these are the main steps of Calvin cycle. So in your book only overall reaction is in your syllabus. So it is having many steps in between them. You can see it from any other book if you are having. So there are many steps are present in between the Calvin cycle, but in your NCERT book only these main steps are highlighted. Okay, so as I have told you that this is a cyclical phase, so how these phases are occurring, let me draw this one. So in the first step what has been occurred, that RUBP has been fixed carbon dioxide, and it will, from where it will get atmosphere and some H2O will be mixed, and this first step carboxylation will take place, and what will be formed? It will form 2 molecules of 3-PGA. 2 molecules of 3-PGA, and enzyme is required, you know, Rubisco, or we can call it RUBP carboxylase, because as I have mentioned that it is having carboxylase and oxygenase activity, but this time it is working as carboxylase. Okay, because it is fixing the carbon dioxide, that's why you can write that RUBP carboxylase. After that 3-PGA will be converted into a triose phosphate and ultimately it will form carbohydrate or starch or glucose or sucrose. Okay, and in this particular step what will be required? ATP plus NADPH for the phosphorylation, and what we will get in that side? ATP plus PI and NADP, right? NADP plus. So after that this step is called as reduction, and ultimately what will happen? Regeneration of the RUBP will take place. So we can call it regeneration. Regeneration of what? Regeneration of RUBP. So in this particular step also 1 ATP will be required for the phosphorylation. That means that 1 ATP, when it will break down, it will convert into ADP plus inorganic phosphate. So this phosphate will be required for this one. Okay, so that one is the regeneration step. So that is the main steps of Calvin cycle. As I am mentioning you again that in between these there are huge steps are present, but in your book only main steps are there. That's why I have shown only the main steps of Calvin cycle, but you can check it from any other book, okay, for your extra knowledge. So the Calvin cycle proceeds into these 3 stages. I am repeating: carboxylation, during which CO2 combines with the RUBP 1,5-bisphosphate. Second, reduction, during which carboxylation is formed at the expense of the photochemically made ATP and NADPH. And regeneration, during which carbon dioxide acceptor ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is formed again, so that this cycle can continue, because ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is required for continuation of this particular cycle. That's why regeneration of ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate is very important. So that is all about Calvin cycle. Now for every carbon dioxide molecule entering the Calvin cycle, 3 molecules of ATP, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH is required. Okay, so you have to remember that part also, that for every carbon dioxide molecule entering the Calvin cycle, for every carbon dioxide molecule entering the carbon cycle, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH are required. Why? Because it is probably to meet the difference in number of ATP and NADPH used in the Dark reaction, that cyclic phosphorylation takes place. Okay, so to make 1 molecule of glucose, 6 turns of the cycle are required. So for making 1 molecule of glucose, 6 turns of this cycle is required. Okay, so now if I want to consider the energy chart, or the what is required or what has been released. So first what I have mentioned, that for 1 molecule of glucose, so if I make a chart like that, in and out, then our target is for getting 1 molecule of glucose. So for 1 molecule of glucose, 6 carbon dioxide is required. Okay, and 18 ATP. So why 18? Because 3 molecules of ATP for 1 cycle, for 1 carbon dioxide. So now 6 CO2. So 6 into 3 is equal to 18. So 18 molecule of ATP will be required. So after breaking 18 molecule of ATP, what will get? 18 ADP. As you know that ATP will be broken down into ADP plus PI, and I have mentioned that NADPH also required. So for 6 cycle, for 1 cycle 2 NADPH is required. So for 6 cycle, 6 into 2 means 12 NADPH will be required. And what we will get? 12 NADP. From NADPH we will get NADP. So this one will be in and this will be out. So everyone, have you got this one, that what amount of ATP and NADPH is required? Why 18 and why 12? Clear everyone? Okay. So just remember that for 1 molecule of carbon dioxide, 3 molecules of ATP and 2 molecules of NADPH required. And for formation of 1 glucose, 6 turns of this cycle is required. So we will multiply these 3 into 6 and we will multiply these 2 into 6. Okay. So that is the net product or energy which has been used and out. Okay, so that is all about C3 cycle or Kelvin cycle. So for today that's it. In my next class I will discuss about the C4 pathway. And students, do you have any queries related to your exam? Are you prepared for your exam? I need everyone to get the full marks. How will I get questions? I hope school has been communicated for this one, Dia. Yes, online exams will be there. Okay, so thank you everyone.